All right, here we are, everyone. We have the boat on the water for the first time. Today is boat collection day, so we're about to give it a run and just make sure everything's working as it should and is in good order, which I'm sure Brad has already actually done. So it'll mostly be about him just giving us a run through and showing us how everything works. And while we're at it, we might take the opportunity to do a bit of a water test to see how it goes as well. But Brad, you're happy with how everything's come up?
100%.
Yeah, that's awesome. So a cool thing that Brad has done is he's basically integrated engine data, stereo data through the Garmin and
VHF, everything
through the Garmin unit,
all linked in through the backbone, so everything's networked together.
Yeah, okay,
right.
Beautiful.
That's on the NMEA bus?
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
And it's going to be really good because I haven't had a working fuel gauge for many boats, so it's going to be nice to see how much fuel we've got. But yeah, I'll give you guys a quick look around the boat. So obviously you've got that big Garmin unit there I've spoke about before. In the future there'll probably be another one there. Hard top, stereo, VHF, it all looks really, really good. And look, as I mentioned before, hit the subscribe button. There'll be plenty of videos on this boat, and I will go through everything in exact detail. I'll also tell you about all the options that we did select in the boat and why. You guys will notice I didn't go for the fishing pack, but I added a bunch of options that I sort of wanted, so we'll talk through those. And I'll also go through with you guys more of the details about what they actually upgraded in this boat, because I touched on it in the last video, but truly I only touched the surface. And although the boats do look similar to the old Southerner series, there are so many things that have changed, both big and small, to make this thing a better boat. But what's the plan of attack now, Brad? What are we going to do?
We'll take a very quick run up, show you how the zip weight trim tabs work, whether you want to have it in auto or manual, run you through your sound or any radios and so forth. Yep. And then let you have a drive and see what.
Yeah, okay, nice. Cool. Yes.
Right.
One thing I'm particularly excited about is the electric steering as well, and the variable tuning or whatever it's called. So
at the moment it's on variable.
Yep. Okay. So basically what that means is that at different RPM ranges you can set how many turns lock to lock.
Correct.
Which is going to be really handy for, so again, that might just sound totally minor. You may say I don't need that, but you've got to think about maneuvering at the boat ramp. Instead of having, I don't know, 10 turns lock to lock or something like that, you can have it at 3.
So it's set at 3 turns on variable lock to lock.
Yep.
And then at 3,000 RPMs it will go to 4 turns, 5,000 RPMs it will go to 5 turns, so forth, so forth.
Yeah, nice. All right, cool. Let's give this thing a whirl.
All right.
Here we go. When you hit something hard and you went right over.
Let's not talk about the bar crusher, Peter. I don't want to upset people out there, but look.
Well, obviously that's the comparison, because that's the boat.
It's a windy day, you know, and a bit of chop around, but instantly I can tell you guys, this boat is the quietest plate boat I've ever been in. Yeah. I can tell you straight away, there is no noise coming out of this hull, almost literally. So I've said it before, the 6mm hull does make a massive difference, and I bet that the U-deck flooring also probably helps, and all around the side pockets and whatever. So this is just super quiet, which is really nice, because if you guys have been following me, you would have seen in one of my previous boats, one of the main things I couldn't stand was the water noise on the hull. It just constantly made this slapping noise, even at rest or whatever. And on those big days out to sea, when you're out doing, you know, 10 hours trolling out of the shelf, little things like noise on the water actually starts to really grind you. Yeah. So yeah, this is very, very quiet. And we've only gone for a little run there, but Yeah, I can see we're in for good things here.
It feels as stable and heavy on the water as the Caribbean.
Yeah.
It feels awesome.
Yeah.
It handles unreal. There's no slapping, there's no banging, it just cuts through.
So straight away we've gone for a 1 kilometre run, and I can tell you now this handles very, very similar, believe it or not. And a lot of people are not going to believe it, but it's got that weight and that solid boat feeling, like Peter was just saying, similar to the last Caribbean had.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it doesn't move around. I mean,
and that was a really heavy boat.
And that was, and I'm guessing it's the zip weights and whatever, but
100% the zip weight. So if you, at the moment, the zip weights are turned on auto.
yeah.
So if you hold the auto button, it'll turn them both off.
Yeah.
So then you've got manual roll
Yeah.
and manual pitch.
Yeah, right.
Right. So you can adjust it if you want to do it manually, but if you turn it on auto, you've got auto roll, auto pitch, and then you can adjust the sensitivity. So whether it reacts quicker or slower,
Right.
depending what conditions you're in.
Yeah, okay.
But that was on auto then, and that's
No,
honestly
that's,
all you need.
you wouldn't want to touch it.
That's
I
all you
think.
need. The only thing you will probably change a little bit is just the sensitivity.
Right.
So if you're in a bit of slop, instead of it trying to react as quickly, you can slow it down a bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, interesting.
But
Right.
otherwise,
something to play around with,
yeah,
but
you just have it on auto.
just
and
as a start, leave it on auto
Yep.
and 5, and then just play around
that's
with it
all
kind of from
all
there.
you'll need.
Yeah, right.
So 2 sounders, so that's your GT54, that's your TM185. Obviously you can turn those on or off. Or if you want full screen, and then just choose which sonar you want. So at the moment that's the GT54.
Yep.
Or you can go in and change it to your TM.
Yeah, that's right. So I've gone with the high wide 1 kilowatt just for marking bait, and that out on the shelf is definitely one of the best transducers I've ever had, and also the smaller sort of unit, more for estuary type work. And I think the GT series units, they can do the sort of your side scan and down scan and all that
That will
stuff.
have side scan and down scan on it, yes.
Yep.
Which is, you know, probably a little bit beyond our capabilities, let's face it, but yeah.
So otherwise, your buttons are straightforward. I mean, it is what it is. Lights, light bait tank, hard
Yeah.
top lights, spotlights.
I love how they've got these new
Like you
buttons
turn
and
it
they
on.
light up green,
Turns
so you
green.
can't miss it. No, they've very, very impressive what they've done with this boat, I must say. And that 250, I mean, we'll see how it goes in a minute, but that felt effortless to get that.
It's got
heaps of torque.
Heaps of torque. And look, so on propping the boat, and I'll do a video in the future of exact RPM, performance, fuel and whatever, but basically when it comes to propping, what I explained to Brad is that most of the work we're doing is offshore work, and a lot of that work is a lot of that offshore boating, we've got a lot of people on the boat, so we've always got a lot of people, a lot of load. So with that in mind, Brad, how did you end up setting it up?
So you basically want something that's going to jump it out of the hole nicely, but also hit up around the sort of right engine revs.
Yeah.
When you change the pitch of a prop, what you pick up one side, you lose the other side, and vice versa. So this, as you can see, this has got a 17-inch saltwater series on it, SDS, which is a shift dampening system. So it kind of slips before it, when it goes into here, there's a rubber bush in the prop just to take a bit of that clunk out of it.
Yep.
But as you can see, it jumps, flies out of the hole, and you've still got plenty of top end speed.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, I mean, I don't care too much about top speed, but it would be nice if it could still hit 40 knots. Do you think it'd hit 40 or what?
I'll tell you.
Should we find out? I think we need to find out.
I don't know, we're not in knots.
40 knots would be 74 kilometres, 74, 75.
Yeah, something like that. 1.15.
Right.
So this is the 4.2 litre.
The motor, yeah.
4.2 litre V6, which is what's giving us the torque. No replacement for displacement.
No, that's right. They're a big unit, the 4.2 litre. And if you do a little bit of research, you'll actually find that these 250s are typically a little bit underrated, and quite often will put out around 270 horsepower. So
74.
Oh,
75.
Let's have a look. 76.7 there. 76 And the thing is, you know, it's so quiet and effortless. You don't feel like you're absolutely flying and getting thrashed around.
No, it feels brilliant.
Okay, good. So it's past the 40 knots test.
That was all obviously with the trim all the way up.
Yep.
Full noise, full trim.
Yep. And that was
again,
zip weights on?
Zip weights on auto.
Right, yeah, okay.
You honestly wouldn't drive without them off.
Yeah.
You just
yeah.
leave them on auto and
Yeah,
it'll
okay.
do the rest for you.
But I'm guessing if you turn them off, you potentially pick up a kilometre or two there just by not having them.
Yeah, probably, but then you're susceptible to obviously the same as
I
every
wouldn't
boat
turn them off,
leaning
but
into the
well,
wind
yeah,
and things
that's
like
true.
that. So
Yeah, no, that absolutely flies. Beautiful.
you're up.
All right, time to
Okay.
give it a go.
Give it a whirl, Shirl.
So motor's trimmed down.
Now, I might just move this seat
Yep, so
forward,
under
Brad.
your right-
Remind me how
Yep,
to...
under your right knee, that's it.
Okay,
Away she
so I'm
goes.
short. All right, that's...
And your steering too, which I also did, is put in a tilt adjustable. So if you press
tilt
underneath-
adjustable. Are you
There you
kidding
go.
me?
There you go.
What the hell? Who has tilt adjustable steering?
You do now.
You do.
This is
No,
insane.
it's not standard with that, but I put the tilt
I've
adjustable
never
in.
heard of that.
It just, when you're docking it, or if you're sitting down or standing up, you generally want different angles to make it comfortable.
All right.
And I thought, because you were saying about the height,
Yeah.
it sticks out a little bit further.
Yeah.
Because it's got the obviously the knuckle in there. So I thought that'd be a bit better for you with that side of it as well.
I tell you what, I watch a lot of boat videos. I've owned a lot of boats. Why did I know? Do I not know about tilt adjustable steering? I feel like an idiot. Okay, awesome.
Oi.
So you still want to give it some trim with the motor.
Yeah. It's just so quiet. Seriously.
So even now, if you turn that, like not full lock, but if you just turn it, it's effortless.
Like, this is just unbelievable. The electric steering just feels so good. I remember I had an old G2 E-Tech, and they were sort of the first crack at that type of steering, but this is totally different.
Just give it some more trim.
Yep.
That's better.
It sits so flat on the water.
Yeah.
You know, it's not leaning over like virtually every boat I've ever owned, quite frankly.
Doesn't have that nose heaviness that other boats have had
This is
too.
just
That's
unreal.
where the zip plates come into it.
Yeah.
They're phenomenal. And as I said, you can adjust it
Yeah.
so it reacts quicker or slower.
Yeah. I mean, it seems to have worked perfectly, basically.
That's about on 5.
Yeah, right.
So it goes from 1 to 10, that's on 5.
Yeah. All right. Time to take it out across the bar. You happy with that?
I think so.
All right. All right, so here we are about to cross the bar, and there's a nasty chop right now, so we don't have much of a swell here, but I think the winds are forecast to be 30 or 40 or 50 k's an hour at the moment, so it's howling along pretty good out there. And this sort of chop, this sort of, you know, 3/4 of a metre type chop, it's about the worst thing you can take a boat through, apart from, you know, a lot of swell and chops. And we're just cruising here at a solid speed of between 35 and 40 k's an hour, and there's no banging, so we haven't had a single bang. Like, anyway, so look, so we're in this slop at the moment, and it is very nasty, as I said, and we're just plowing through it in comfort. The boat is not banging or anything at all. Peter, can you get some footage outside, please, of either side of the boat? Yeah, no problem.
Oi. Oi.
Alright.
Oi.
Probably
boat testing, eh? Bloody hell. There's a greenie across the front.
But look, the boat's doing beautifully. Getting a bit of water to come over the windscreen, so I am sort of quartering onto the sea over here a bit.
I don't think it matter what boat you're in, you're going to got that spray.
You're going to get some spray in this type of weather no matter what. I have to see what's going on with that one windscreen wiper, but oh, some of these waves, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, they got that real short, sharp thing.
Oh, I think that's gonna do us here.
Let's see how we are following the...
That's better. I haven't been out in these sort of waters for a while. It's just so quiet though. Like seriously, it is so quiet. And look, I'm just gonna drive over a wave. No broaching there, right? That's about the dumbest thing you can do, but I'd handle that absolutely fine. So I think, yeah, she's a pretty good rig. I just can't get over how quiet it is. You know what I mean? This is a very quiet boat. Gonna just come up.
Come back here.
It's just effortless, you know? I mean, look, if you're traveling even in these seas, if you're at a trolling speed, this is totally comfortable. You can do this all day.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's
easily.
It's like, even at this speed, it's super comfortable.
Yep.
So you're trolling at sort of 7 knots, easy, you know, no dramas whatsoever. All right, so there we go. Rough water handling, absolutely impressive. And yeah, a bit of spray getting thrown up there, but it's seriously windy out there. And yeah, so I don't know, I'm actually impressed. Peter, your thoughts?
Oh, very nice, mate. This is, yeah, no, it feels good. It feels excellent, straight out of the box.
This is the best 7-meter plate boat I've ever been in. I'm just gonna say it. We're gonna do many videos on this boat and whatever, but it's right up there in terms of handling with the best plate boat that I've ever been in, right? One of my favorite other plate boats. However, I'll say what it is. It's a Surtees 700 Game Fisher. I really do like them. However, this has got it beat in so many other areas now as far as functionality, design, ergonomics, features, dash, hardtop, self-draining deck, accessible fuel tank. I could go on, right? So it's a seriously impressive boat, and I don't say things like that lightly. It's far beyond any plate boat I've ever owned. So yeah, just want to say thanks to Brad for putting up with me over this process, and he's done an awesome job setting it up, and really appreciate it. So if you're interested in one of these boats, please do go consider contacting Brad. But I don't know, she's a seriously impressive rig, Brad.
Plenty of fish to come over the side.
There should be, but you probably don't know who you're talking to us to. So look, there's a few more things to go to. There's some trailer stone guards
and the telescopic outrigger
to put on it, and also the outrigger poles. So I've got the bases on. But apart from that, I think that's basically it. So yeah, hope you guys found that interesting, and stick around, hit the subscribe button for plenty more adventures to come. See you guys later.